All righty. Hello, hello. Get my computer up and running, ready to go. Hope you're all doing good. Looks like it wants to rain here tonight. My friend Jenna that hops on the videos once in a while, she went to a place called Icky Sticky in Wisconsin. She's showing me a coffee, not me, but on her Facebook. It's a to-go coffee from a place called Icky Sticky. Tonight, guys, starting a new, I'll call it it's not really a program, but a new program. Where on the 25th of the month, I'm going to show you a Christmas card. Figured that would be a good day because, you know, Christmas is on December 25th. So I'm also thinking, I got to give it some more thought. Anybody have any comments or suggestions or ideas? Pop it in there or message me if you don't want to pop it for the public to see. But I'm wondering if every 3 months I do a card class at my house where you can purchase so this is March, April, and May. So if I did it in May after the 25th or beginning of June, you could make any of those 3 cards, as many as you wanted, at a card class. Or if you are too far away and you can't come, I could cut the stuff and I guess you'd have to have the stamps, but we could work, you know, you could work that part out with if you've already got them or if you've got an alternate idea for it. But that was my thought, to do that. And then by the time Christmas comes, you could have all your Christmas cards ready, or most of them. So let me see what I got here before I turn it down. Quick rundown, you guys. I posted the retiring list yesterday. It went out in my newsletter yesterday. Get them while they're hot. There's some random things retiring, like Mango Melody blender pens. Just not quite sure about that. And then like the triangle stamp sets retiring, but the triangle dies didn't. And typically all the bundles are unbundled, but some of them aren't from the January through June mini. Some of them are going to show up in the new catalog, still bundled. So it's a whole hot mess. All of our circle punches are gone. Our dies are going. All the shapes, but I'm going to still use them. So if you have them, you know, you'll still be able to keep using them. But if you don't have some of them, I didn't see anything in the new catalog really replacing our like scalloped edge ones and things. So you might want to consider investing in some of them while you can. So that's it for my Stampin' Up! Pitch, whatever you want to call that, the news. I'm going to get right to the Christmas card. I'm not going to hold you guys a long time. We're going to spotlight down, move the computer out of the way. Let's see if I got my Facebook up and going. I do. I see Sherry and Patty. All right, and Christy. All right, guys, I'm going to go down to my desktop. And like I said, I'm not going to keep you guys a really long time. Here's the card. It was designed by Lisa K. MIEC. I believe her whole name is called that, Lisa K. MIEC. And she used green. And I just thought I wanted a little bit more subtle. I didn't want to blast Christmas in full strength at you on the first try. So I'm using Early Espresso, Crumb Cake, and then Mary Merlot. And then my ink is, what is my ink? Old Olive, sorry, Old Olive and Early Espresso. So I'm just going to show you guys how I did that. As my usual fare here, my usual routine. I kind of got everything cut and ready to go. So we've got a half a sheet of cardstock. So we got 8.5 by 5.5. Gonna fold it in half. Now, if you're a scorer, then you can score at 4.25. Otherwise, fold it in half and then burnish on your fold, like so. Then I have a piece of the crumb cake that I cut to 5.25 by 4. Just gonna glue that down. And as we all know, when you show it, you must flip it over because this is truly the back of the paper. It's the way my brain works. And I'm thinking a lot of people probably do the same thing, but why? I don't know. I guess the brain wants to think it's supposed to be the back, so you must have to flip it over. All right, let's see. Does that look like we're down? Looks like we're down pretty square. So another, I've got a piece that's also of the basic white at, this is the same as the card front. So it's 5.5 by 4.25 because I'm using the Plaid Builders dies, and then we'll want to glue that down and then I'll trim it off. So I brought these over to show you. These are also retiring and they're pretty slick tools for making a really cool pattern, plaid pattern, and seen so many cool samples with it. But I kept this on here. I ran it through my Big Shot. It's not a Big Shot. It's my stamp and cut and emboss machine. And then I've got the styrofoam. Hold on, I'm going to cough. I've got the styrofoam and my die brush that's hooked onto your U-pick tool. It screws onto the end. You take the putty part off and screws onto the end. And I just wanted to show you guys how easy this part is. This die does have a lot of wasted paper, I guess you could call it, but you can always keep the bits and pieces and do something else with all these cute little squares that fall out. And if nothing else, you could always save all these little pieces, and I don't know if you could put them in a shaker card or just collect them up and throw them at somebody. That would work too. But you got all these cute little, oh wait, disclaimer there, don't throw them at anybody if you're at my house. But they're cute little squares if you had another idea. A couple months ago, probably, I did that one with, what did I do? The shaving cream technique. And then I used that die. And then a couple weeks later, I used those little bits. And I used the adhesive sheets under it. But tonight, I'm not using the adhesive sheets. So here's what the other one makes. This just makes like your little checkerboard. Where'd it go? Oh, it's over here. This one makes your checkerboard kind of design, and then all these square pieces are thrown out, or not thrown out unless you throw them out, but they're wasted. So what I did then was I just put a little bit of the liquid glue. The Plaid Builder was on retiring. Yes, this die, yes, the Plaid Builder die is on retiring list. If I did not say that, I meant to, sorry. So it is kind of like a little last chance item to kind of get it before it's gone. It's one of those things that now that I've played with it, I think it's really quite neat. But so I'm just going to glue that down on my white. And then I'm going to take my Mary Merlot piece and I'm just going to do the same thing with some, I'm going to put some glue on all the solid pieces, areas, just to help stick it down. And it's going to, because I'm going to cut it off after. So, you know, you can sort of look at how you want your plaid in there before you put it down. I'm going to go like so. I didn't stick it down enough. I have the hardest time with this glue. I hear, oh, it's repositionable. I love it. I can move my stuff around. I can never get it to move. And now this time I couldn't get it to stick. I guess I got to get used to it a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to call that glued enough. Then I'm going to get my little handy dandy trimmer out. I'm not going to use my mini trimmer because it doesn't go as wide as I need it. So I'm going to trim this down to fit on the card base here. And this is, I need it to be 3 3/4 by 5. So I will start here, should be like 5 1/2. So I'm just gonna go small, you guys, because I kind of want it to have the same. I could go get my other one and show you where I just kind of haphazardly cut it, and I didn't have the same amount. This side was like solid and this side was all whacked off, and I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more solid than that. So let's go with, I'm gonna have to go back and trim that little piece off. I didn't push hard enough. So I'm gonna go over here with my scissors off of that bright light. And so now I'm gonna come down the sides. I want it to be 3 3/4. So I'm just gonna start there. And then what do I got over here? I'm gonna come up with this dot. I think that should be pretty close to what I want it to be. It's a little bit off, but it looks good. Okay, then I'm just going to glue that down onto the front of my card. Hopefully it's, something looks crooked to me, but it's looked crooked to me all day. Anything that I've done today has kind of been looking crooked, so. I think that is crooked, but we're gonna go for it and just see what we get. Let's see. Kinda. And it's played tricks on my eyes with, when I try and measure how much I got on each side, I put it down and so it doesn't look like that, but I'm gonna go with that right there. And then I'm gonna open it up and just kind of push on it to get it to glue all down. So there's our base. And like I said, she used a bright green, like a Christmas green and Christmas red. That would look so cute too, but like I said, I didn't want to blast that at you. So after that, I grabbed, hang 2 seconds. I cut the circles out. I believe these are also retiring, the stitch circles. I could be wrong. I've tried to block some of that out of my mind because I'm just really sad that so many of these dies are retiring when they're, to me, they're a staple for me, especially for card kits, because we can't do stamped images, but something like this could go in the card kit and really help jazz it up. But you didn't ask me. So I'm using the Merry Moose, and he's probably retired too, but at the time I designed what I was going to do, the retiring list hadn't come out yet, and I never really paid attention to when the annual catalog went out, if or the holiday catalog went out, if he finally retired or not. He was such a big hit. He came back this year, so I'm thinking he might probably be retired, but he was such a big hit that I thought maybe anybody that was going to try and recreate this may just have the Merry Moose set. So it was a little bit of Well, if it's retired, good chance you got it. So I'm using the old olive. And I'm just going to stamp that down on this. This is the largest, oops, I got it on my finger somewhere. This is the largest stitch circle as well. And I'm just going to stamp the tree down like so. And then I brought a marker over. I think I brought a darker color than what I actually want, but I brought soft suede. Then I'm going to come in here and just try and color up the trunk where I can see the trunk is showing through. Just going to try and darken that up a smidge to give the trunk its own definition in there. Like that. Not going to matter if you don't do that, but I just thought it would shake it up a smidge. Then I put the a saying on in early espresso. We can do, I did the Have a Cozy Christmas. Let's do the Merry Christmas on this one. And I want to put it kind of up here. Oh, that doesn't look very dark. I'll put it up here. Yeah, it's not very dark, and I just re-inked this puppy, so I can see though my ink is not, I gotta have to go over it with a spoon and see if I can get it to spread around better. So there's a little tip. If you put a re-inker on your pad, you can just go over it with the re-inker and then use a spoon or a credit card. Melba says use a credit card and go over it and spread it around, and that should help it just get an even coverage in the pad, because obviously mine isn't. But if I had my espresso pen over here, I would just go over the Mary, and I probably will when I get back over to my counter. So I'm just going to put the circle down. You could pop that up, I suppose, but I popped up the moose, so I thought that was enough. And then I have not brought, that was the thing I went back for. I brought my punch, my moose punch. But I forgot the paper, so I'll get it's a waste of paper here, but I don't want to dig through the drawer. Make you wait. So we're just going to punch out a moose, and I brought some twine. This was probably from a paper pumpkin kit, but it's like a linen thread kind of thing. And then I'm going to wrap it around his little neck. Tie him a bow. Like so, and then you can pull on the loops to make it shorter if you want to, because he's kind of don't want too big of a bow on his neck. Like so. Still looks a little obnoxiously big for him, but it'll work. And then I'm going to put a couple dimensionals. No, actually, I'm just going to put one dimensional on the back of him, but I'm going to cut it in half. So, and I'm going to put it over the twine so that it doesn't move around or fall off or anything. Like so. And then I'm just going to put him kind of over by the tree so that he's still on the paper, but oops, I might have put my Christmas too low, so I'm going to move him down a little bit. So we got that. Then I got a piece of paper for the inside, And I think I'm going to put that raccoon. Oh no, I'm going to stamp a, what do you want to call him? An outline moose. I'm going to put an outline moose inside. And I'll use this early espresso and hope that if I move it around enough, I'll get a good coverage of the stamp. Okay. Then you could put some like gray under his feet if you wanted, just to ground him, but I'm gonna leave him like that. We're gonna put this on the inside. I don't think I'm. And I do have, as with my Tuesday videos, I do have a card kit ready to go. So I will pick a name from those that sprinkle me around and get that sent out. And I will probably do that, you know, maybe I'll even do it tonight because I don't want to have to wait till next month. So maybe I'll do that tonight. So get, how about I give it a day? I'm gonna do it Saturday morning. So I will do that then. And here you go, guys. This is my first one for our first installment of Christmas cards. Again, leave me comments what you think about the offering up every 3 months to make the cards that I'm going to show on the 25th. That's it, I do believe. Let's go back. Let's go back to me. Hello. I'm going to, it's on my calendar to do this on the 25th. I'll have the little Christmas posts like I had tonight, but I'll get those out ahead of time so that you know that it's on the 25th. But let me know your thoughts on kits or class every 3 months, coming and jamming out on how many ever these you feel like. And that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the 25th or next Tuesday, whenever. Take care. Talk to you later.